So I grew up in a not so religious family. My mother was Buddhist, and I guess she raised me as a Buddhist. I don't know. At the time, I remember going to a temple and scared of certain things in there. And so, as I was getting older, I tend to walk forward certain things and gravitate on certain things. But I was still trying to figure things out as everyone does. And so, by the time I moved to Australia, I uh, began wanting to do something, and I came across this ad online somewhere. Maybe just an ad on the street or something. I don't remember where I found it. Anyway, that ad led me to this church where people from different backgrounds came there to learn English. And so whenever I told my friends this story, they always say the same thing. Oh, be careful, churches will doctrine you in a certain way. Then I stopped talking about it. Almost like it's almost automatic response when you mention church for some reason. And I guess because I was raised in Christian country, I guess, and I try to stay away from church, but I'm also curious what churches offer you. And then as I go to church more, I found a genuine friendship in there, and I began to question why my community, the one that I walk into, namely LGBT, namely community that support socialism, for example. And I was in my community, but I feel so isolated in my community. And when I began to walk toward church in my late 20s, I began to feel support and friendship within it. There's uh, nothing related to what I heard around either TV or radio or word of mouth magazine. Lots of discrimination from church. Um, I find nothing but genuine friendship. People talk about interesting like art, music, and history and other things. Nothing related to going to church. I think, I, I think most people go to church during mass time and be there, hang out there, and by the end, you get to hang out with other people and get to know people. And why I don't go to church that often, to be honest, maybe that's why I only go once in the blue moon, and I never make a plan for it. I just go whenever I walk past by, and I actually feel more calm going to church. I actually feel much calmer, and I'm able to stay focused. I also used to have a Bible, which I lost it, and I read the Bible. It's really a hard way, not because the writing is hard, or it's not because it's hard to understand, but the writing really frame things in such a certain way, and it make you question everything, make you wonder. Because on one hand, you don't want to fall trap for that. I think from my understanding is that with the Bible, it serves as a guide, but at the same time, it's come with warning that say there's someone somewhere said, be careful when you pray. God not the only person. God not the only one who hear your prayer. I think that's the saying. I don't quite remember where I hear that. And it's almost like um, if you were to read the Bible and try to understand everything there without getting knowledge from someone else, you might feel trapped in that. Oh, it's on the Bible, on the Bible, on the Bible, and you might feel really falling down a spiral in there. So from my experience, I don't just read the Bible because I want to believe in higher power of God. Which this word God and church is have such interesting effects on people. From what I see. because every time you mention, every time you say, I read the Bible, the first response you get is usually, so are you religion? Are you Are you religious? Are you religious? That's the first response. Same as I just went to church. The response always be, are you religious? And so I find it's interesting how politicians and activists have framed things in a certain way that now people are anxious about everything. Because if you say, oh, I'm having a salad tonight for dinner, the response you get will be, oh, that's so healthy. No, I'm broke. That's why I can't eat meat. Same with going to hang out with people in religions group. They never suspect you that you might be a writer. Say I went to meeting with people from church. People never expect that you are a writer or songwriter. They just assume the most obvious thing, which is understandable. I still don't know why I am now as I'm now 30. I don't know why I'm gravitated to church so much. What I am interested is not that I am interested in the design of churches, architecture, and the way it makes you feel. The high ceiling and such an amazing design. I was in Romania a couple months ago. Man, that's such an amazing experience going to one big jet. I don't remember what it's called, but it was amazing.